What's going on, everybody? We had a new Flightscope firmware update for the Mevo Plus. Let's talk about it. Had it downloaded, wanted to give us a few thoughts about it. Hey everybody, Scott Hogan coming at you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're here in the studio, and this time we're going to be talking a little bit about the Mevo Plus and the new firmware that they came out with, the new update. So we want to go over that because I get a lot of questions about it and what's going on. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to give you just some of my thoughts of what I found so far. Before we get into that, make sure you click that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. We are going to be going more into how to use the unit to get better. Plus, I'm actually pretty excited about this update and what they say is coming in the future. So we're going to see some stuff that we can do now with driver and all of that that I think is really going to make a lot of improvements in your game. So make sure you click that subscribe button, don't miss it. All right, so we had a new update with the Mevo Plus. This is firmware update 0.16. And so in the official release from Flightscope, they didn't really give too many details. They just said general bug fixes and improvements, but they did give a little teaser that they have another update coming for more of the putting areas and working on some of those improvements on the shorter shots. So excited to see that because I downloaded this update and I played it on E6, and it's good and bad, all right? And the good, I think, outweighs it for me at least because of how I'm using the unit. And the good is the driver for me was much improved, all right? So I was able to get my distances up. I was regularly seeing around 270 to 280 on my distances. And if I was going uphill, like 250 to 260. Downhill, I could get it over 300, which I don't think I've ever got to drive over 300 yards since I've had the Mevo Plus. And I think that's more in line with where my swing speed is at 100 to 105, 106 on a really good swing. So that's really, really exciting. The one thing I did see when I was using the driver was I was seeing that the spin rate was still reading. I think it's reading high. So as far as like doing a fitting or something like that, I wouldn't be doing it on this unit because I was still getting like a 3,400 RPMs of spin, but I was seeing every other number be okay. So to me, I don't think it's taking that into account, or I don't know what's going on, whether that's an E6 thing or whatever. But yeah, it looked pretty good. I was seeing those numbers be a little bit more normalized. So as far as playing around a golf in E6, looked really, really good. And I'm curious to hear what you're getting as you're going through and playing with your unit. Now, the bad side, what I did have happen is my putting and chipping got a little bit odd. So chipping was good for the most part, but I was seeing a few more of those high launching shots than I have in recent history. So I started seeing those come back, and putting actually got to a point where it was getting pretty tough. I was playing a round of golf. I was having a couple times where I would just walk up to the ball and the ball would just launch. And I don't know if that's seeing the putter. I have to kind of walk, through the unit to get to my ball with where my bag is. So that was happening. That was not happening before. And I also was just, it was just a little bit, it wasn't too bad on the performance when I felt like I was hitting putts and stuff like that, but it was just getting that weird launch. And so then I took it over to a practice session and I tried to hit some putts, and I literally couldn't hit a putt. It was just kept launching the putts without me doing anything. It would hit it really hard and all that stuff. So that's the bad. So if you're playing with putting, I'm interested to hear if that's happening to everybody or if that was just something that's happening to me. The other thing that was happening was on chips. I actually was getting really, really good performance from hitting chips and trying to add spin, take spin off. It actually is getting a little bit more realistic to me, where instead of you having to launch it and land it right at the hole and just have it stop, I wasn't getting that. I'm getting some rollout, so a little bit more realistic there. But again, I would just get that random high launcher. So a couple of notes there from the new firmware update. Interested to hear what you're getting as you're going through and seeing how this works for you. But yeah, that's the new update. Excited for that driver part because I know that's a big deal. I've had so many questions about that of late. And what that tells me is that Flightscope is listening. So people are bringing up what's going on and they are working to make the unit better and better. So I wanted to make this video to kind of do that and let people know what's going on. I use E6 the most, so that's what I care about the most, is how it performs within E6. But let us know what you're getting down in the comments below. Hey, FS Golf, E6, all of those. Interested to hear, are you seeing the same type of improvements, or are you having some of the same issues? Because again, Flightscope's listening, and they do show that they're willing to do something about it. So that's awesome. And again, that's a big reason why I have the units and continue to use them. So, all right, just wanted to jump on, quick one there, just share you with what I'm seeing with the new update. So if you have any comments, leave them down below. We'll get to them. And any questions, as always, leave a comment as well. We will get to it, or we'll share it in another video. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Click that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.